Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The Maasai have a long history. Nowadays, the Maasai are largely known for their culture. Images of the statuesque Maasai adorned in bright red garments around the shoulders and waist abound. The Maasai, looking to the future with wisdom. Watch on to find out more.
Don't be vegan, cause it's fun to be tortured in hell, no?
Sopa, serene viewers, this means how are you in the Maasai language? I'm Miriam. The spirited people of the Maasai enjoy producing wonderful jewelry, and we hope that you too admire the beauty that comes from handcrafted jewelry and wares. We are overjoyed to have your company today for our show, The Maasai, looking to the future with wisdom. The Maasai culture has a long history. This people is thought to have originated from the Upper Nile Valley in Ethiopia. Stories describe how the early Maasai climbed out of a deep crater that was surrounded by a cliff. Then, in the early 1600s, the early Maasai began journeying to the grasslands of East Africa, near the current border between Kenya and Tanzania. Modern Maasai today live in northern, central, and southern Kenya, as well as northern Tanzania, with about 150,000 residing in each country. In Kenya, over 50 tribes are recognized. The name Maasai comes from the Maha language. The Samburu and Shamus, who reside in central Kenya, also speak this language. There are over 20 variants of the Maha language. The Maasai call their specific dialect Olmaha, and the name Maasai means people speaking Maha. Folk stories describe how the Maasai initially came from two indigenous groups. One group consisted of the women and the other one consisted of the men. The women had zebra people who helped them by carrying their belongings when the group migrated. They were also said to be good friends with people from the elephant kingdom. The elephant people would assist them by bringing branches to help the women build houses. But after the women quarreled, all of the animal people left them. It was at this time that the women went to live with the men, and they live together till this day. But in doing so, women's status became lower to that of men. The Olmaha word for God is Ngai, and it is considered neither male nor female. Ngai is the creator of all. At the very beginning, Ngai was said to have been at one with the earth. But the day came when the sky and the earth separated, and Ngai was no longer among the earth people. It is also believed that Ngai endows each person with a guardian spirit to protect them and to transport them away at the end of their life. A good person will be carried off to a land with fertile fields, whereas those who aren't good are taken to a desert. Interestingly, legends say that the Maasai had the chance to become immortal. Ngai gave a magical chant to the first warrior, and the chant could be recited over deceased children to make them immortal. The warrior didn't use the chant though, until his own son met his demise. According to the legend, the chant was recited too late, and because of the warrior's lack of selflessness, the gift of immortality was not bestowed upon humankind. The Maasai are largely known for their culture. Images of the statuesque Maasai adorned in bright red garments around the shoulders and waist abound. Elderly women will often color their own clothes using ochre for natural coloring. Although red is the color of choice, other African designs are also worn, including black and blue colors and checkered and striped patterns. The appearance of each individual, including the jewelry, reveals much about an individual's status in society. Each person's role in the society is clearly defined, and the importance of community is taught from a young age.
The Maasai tribe is one of the famous tribes in Kenya and in Africa as well. In that tribe, the reason why we are famous is because of our traditional values, which we inherited from our forefathers from generation to generation. The values of responsibility, respect, courage, and wisdom. These are the values that have kept us together as a community from time immemorial.
Maasai warrior training is an important tradition for boys. As children, boys stay at home with their families until they reach their teenage years. Then, they undergo rituals to become juniors and move to a separate encampment to live for up to 10 years. These camps help them to develop independence because the mothers took care of many household responsibilities while they were young. During one of the final coming-of-age ceremonies for warriors, the Adumu, also known as the traditional Maasai dance, takes place. The Adumu involves the men forming a circle and taking turns to jump into the air as high as possible. The bodies are held straight and upright, and the heels don't touch the ground. The height the Maasai achieve on these jumps is phenomenal. As each male jumps, the rest of the males in the circle sing and raise their pitch to match the jumps. After the ceremony, the males have reached the status of a warrior. They are then able to rejoin their community, get married, and start a family. Nowadays, the dance is often performed for tourists who enjoy the singing and the great heights that the men achieve so elegantly in their jumping.
Vegan, tested negative for bad quality.
Noble viewers, we are going to pause to tend to our vegetable garden. It nourishes us with delicious vegetables that give us so much strength and stamina. We will be back shortly. Welcome back to our show, The Maasai, looking to the future with wisdom. The Maasai are skilled at making jewelry, especially beaded jewelry. The ornamental pieces that are worn tells a story about the person's social status and life experiences. For example, a married woman with increasing wealth might wear more beaded necklaces as she matures. By examining the colors, shape, and patterns of a woman's jewelry, one can be aware of her age, marital status, and even the gender of the children whom she has given birth to. Unmarried Maasai girls wear a round flat beaded necklace that accentuates their gracefulness as they dance. Married Maasai women wear a long necklace with blue beads. On their wedding day, brides put on very heavy and elaborate beaded necklaces. In the Maasai culture, every 10 years marks a new age class. So, all women and men wear a beaded pendant that corresponds to their particular generation. Nowadays, jewelry making provides Maasai women with a unique opportunity to earn more income. This is especially useful considering that women are most often the caregivers of children and the elderly within the community. CTAW Designs is a company that collaborates with Maasai women living in Tanzania. The ladies make jewelry, which is then purchased by the organization. Not only does the company employ 12 full-time jewelry artisans, they also provide supplementary income to 120 bidders. Their profits go towards providing educational workshops for the jewelry makers twice a month.
Every Tuesday there is market day here at CTAW, and essentially what that means is that the women come down and they are able to sell the pieces that they have made during that time, and CTAW buys it off them straight there and then.
While maintaining their rich heritage and customs, the Maasai are now looking towards the sustainability of their culture into the future. Maasai elder Emmanuel Milia Makura has explained that as a leader, he encourages education in the youth and helps to empower women in various ways, such as stopping female circumcision. He helps the community to see the strengths of women. In leading his people, he also works to expand the community's thinking beyond previous mindsets. This includes advocating for more equality between genders and encouraging the growing of crops, which was once considered taboo.
We said, how are we going to be successful? And in order for us to be successful, to have a sustainable community, it was very important to include a woman and the ladies in the community. So we went ahead and looked for strong women in the community. These are women who showed that they are interested and they have really gone through those challenges and they have overcome them. We wanted them to lead other women and show them that it is possible. It is really possible to achieve what we wanted to achieve.
Another area that has seen a change to traditional roles is young Maasai men becoming lion guardians as opposed to lion predators. Lion Guardians is the conservation organization that is giving these men noble work, in addition to hiring skilled trackers and other community members. Founded in 2007 by Dr. Lila Haza and Dr. Stephanie Dahl-Renry, Lion Guardians is dedicated to finding and enacting long-term solutions to enable lions and humans to coexist with each other. The Guardians are taught how to minimize and manage conflicts between humans and wildlife. They also monitor the lions, help their communities to live with the lions, build protective fences, and assist with anti-poaching efforts. The Maasai are certainly a noble people with a rich and interesting heritage. We salute the Maasai wisdom as they embrace new opportunities that assist the culture to adapt and endure well into the future.
Above all, you must constantly train your mind to be loving, compassionate, and filled with bodhisattva, enlightened mind. You must give up eating meat, for it is very wrong to eat the flesh of our parent sentient beings. Shopka Tortrot Rangjo, vegetarian.
Caring viewers, it's been a pleasure to have you with us as we explored the wise lifestyle and culture of the Maasai and their heritage. Coming up next is Shining World Compassion Award recipient Alejandro Ayala Polanco, vegan, elevating vegan consciousness, right after Noteworthy News, here on Supreme Master Television. May the light of the indigenous people spark our inspiration to be closer to nature and live more simply and happily.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/CTAW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/CTAW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/CTAW.
ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਨੇਕ ਭਾਸ਼ਾਵਾਂ। ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇਖੋ suprememastertv.com/schedule ਅਤੇ suprememastertv.com/CTAW